Alright, so this follow-up, I will quickly run through the circuitry that was made to make the whole game work, because sometimes it's a bit hard from just a watching view to understand what has gone into things. So we'll start off by teleporting into the base. So I'm now in creative mode, which means I can go around and change things as I like and see things from a few more angles and move. So under here is the red circuits for giving the specialized rabbit foot, which allows you to modify things. Down here we have a circuit which checks for when you start to walk onto the little bridge. So this just constantly ticks over, so it's a little timer circuit or something along those lines. This will constantly activate the command blocks, so this one checks to see if you're there. One of the useful features of Minecraft 1.8 is you can also check the mode, so only apply it when it finds someone who's in adventure mode. So I end up constantly getting teleported around when developing in creative mode. So this one will give you that blindness effect, so you can't see very far, and this says ouch, my head hurts from all that reading. So there's quite a few of those messages that appear. You get the same deal over here, that teleports you and then teleports you over to that other island. Then over here we have this big tree. Again, this was made with the assistance of Seth Blink's filters and MC Edit, so that wouldn't take me forever to put it together. Placing block by block takes a long time. So inside here we have all the circuitry for doing the quiz. So that's another ticker that goes through and just constantly activates all of these command blocks. So this is question 1 and question 2. We'll have a look at question 3. So this command block checks to see if the stone button is depressed, and these two check the other two stone buttons for that one question. So these two feed through when it is depressed to this one, which is the wrong answer, which activates the circuit over there. Then these two here are when the answer is correct, so this will increase the score, and this one will activate the circuit over there. So these two little circuits, the wrong circuit, this one adds a zombie holding lemon myrtle, and this one plays the sound. This one says that you're correct, and then plays the little bing, nope, hearty noise. So those two are the same as question 3, except for just for different stone button locations. Then this is the final circuit, which sets one variable called answers to 1. Then it grabs all the other variables that we've been setting to either 0 or 1, and then multiplies them all together. So provided that they're all 1, we'll get the answer of 1. So that adds up to 1. And here we have the message that gets activated once they've all multiplied to 1. So yeah, you've learned something. This sets all the questions back to 0, ready for the next time you play. And down here you get teleported out. And the final area we'll have a quick look at is the island, which does some different things. So we have a secret hidey hole over here. So this checks whether someone has appeared here. It'll only run once, so thanks to, there's a little bit of redstone there, redstone torch. So when it finds the user, it says the message over here, goes through, knocks off the torch so that it doesn't say the message multiple times. Then over here we have the objective complete. So again, another little ticker timer to check what's going on. This big long string here actually checks to see if there is a chest and whether it has leaves and water items inside of it, and when it does, it activates these ones. So these two both copy areas, to help reset it. This will also place down that torch in the previous circuit we saw, again resetting it. This one will teleport the user, and this one will give the message. So one of the areas that gets copied across is this chest and this water. So this chest already has the special shears, which you can break leaves when you're in adventure mode, the empty glass bottle, and the weird notes. So they get copied to over here, so that each time you play the game, the water is always full and those items are always in there. The other area that gets copied is this whole tree here. So hidden behind this facade is a whole copy of it. So because there's those special shears which you can break the leaves with, I have no idea how crazy people are going to go with breaking all those leaves. So if they go pretty crazy, we want to replace everything that's been built back over to the other side. The other thing to notice is there is a little chest here. So that chest gets filled by the cup, and the cup is actually an item hopper. See? Item hopper. So I've used a resource pack, or I've made a resource pack that swaps over the graphics. Normally it would look like a sort of a grey triangle shape that just points down, and then you can see below it as well, whereas this sort of plugs over the hole and looks a little bit cute and a little bit more inviting. So the other things that my resource pack changes is all of these leaves and this wood is normally birch. So it renames it, so it's called lemon myrtle, and then also adds the random flowers there. It also changes the leaves so that the lemon myrtle leaves look like that. Normally the leaf blocks look like this, so which are not as inviting or exciting. So this looks more like an actual little lemon myrtle leaf branch. So that's pretty cool. And that about covers it in terms of the stuff that goes into creating an adventure map. So I hope you have found this interesting. In terms of activities for students, this is actually quite useful for both doing design work, so doing pretty low level pixel artwork, which is quite easy. If people aren't very good at drawing, they can do that a lot easier. You can also create circuits which are similar to real life circuits, so you can create AND or OR gates and stuff like that in order to achieve those things. The command blocks is a basic form of programming, so we'll introduce people to the concepts of events and handling events. And then there's also using various tools and stuff like that to work with basically 3D modeling. So while it's in a voxel format, which is using lots of different same shaped objects, it is still a form of 3D modeling, and then also creating a custom resource pack like I have, and then delves into more specific game modeling where you can actually work with UV maps to apply the textures and move around the objects and stuff like that. So it creates a very interesting visual style that's people should be pretty easy to pick up, but sometimes it can be quite hard to master. So I hope you found that interesting, and thank you for watching.